It's 2025, and somehow, some way out of nowhere, it is now about to be pool season, peak season, the prime season of Vegas. So everybody's planning their trips and everybody's getting ready to come into Vegas for the new year. So in light of it being 25, I decided to come up with a list of 25 tips that'll be insider hacks, that'll be gems, and it'll be secret hacks that you can use while planning your trips to Vegas, and then things that you can use while you're actually in Vegas. Now let's go ahead and get straight into the video and start with tip number one, and that is asking for complimentary upgrades. Look, if y'all going to Vegas for a birthday, if you're going for an anniversary, you just got engaged, or even if you got a promotion at work, the people that work at the front desk, they're there to do work, and they're human just like you are, but they like to see good people and they like to be around great energy. So if you get there and you got a special occasion going on, and when you check in, just say, hey, do you have any complimentary upgrades? I'm pretty sure a lot of you all already check in and y'all are friendly and cool with the people at the front desk. They'll ask you what you're here for, and you're typically like, oh, I'm here for a vacation or whatever that may be. But y'all miss out the one key component, which is asking for the complimentary upgrades. It doesn't cost you anything, and everything is based on availability anyway. So if you're going to Vegas for a special occasion, just simply ask them, do they have any complimentary upgrades? And they may take you from a city view to a strip view. They might even put you in a studio or a suite if they have it available, especially if you have a special occasion going on. So make sure y'all ask for those complimentary upgrades. All right, now number two on my list is going to be the $20 tip. Now I did just talk about complimentary upgrades because it doesn't cost you anything to ask for a complimentary upgrade. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about the $20 tip. I've seen a lot of mixed back and forth talk about the $20 tip, but let's be serious. Everybody in Vegas works on tips. It doesn't matter if they get paid hourly or not. You can always tip in Vegas, and tipping goes a long way, whether that's valet, the front desk, your bartenders, it doesn't matter. Now, this is why I say the $20 tip is the gem, because it still works in 2025. I don't know why people say it doesn't work. I was just in a Diamond Lounge a month ago, and there were two people who both checked in. One person did a $20 tip. The other person just did a regular check-in, and the person who did a $20 tip was actually able to get upgraded to something just simply because they asked and they decided to tip out of courtesy. Obviously, if they don't have anything available, there's nothing that they can do. But I definitely recommend doing this if you're one of those people who do book a regular room and you do want an upgrade, but you don't want to pay that full upgrade cost. Because if they do have something available, usually when you give them a $20 tip, they'll try to upgrade you to something. Even if, again, if it's a higher floor with a better view, or if they have a suite, they'll more than likely try to put you in something nicer if you do tip them $20, because they have the ability to do so and it doesn't cost them anything. And also, Vegas runs on tips. So all right, number three on the list, I have Vdara. Now, Vdara is a gem that I will put on this list because what I've noticed over the last year or so is there are more people who like to go to Vegas for business, and they actually like to be in Vegas and be secluded, have space, feel like they're at home, but not be too far from the strip and just have some type of quiet time. Now, I'm one of those people who love to party, but as I've noticed the trend of people who actually like to have some type of space to get away and do business stuff, Vdara is perfect for that. They've got the bridge now where you can go in the Cosmo or you can go to Bellagio. You can also utilize the property or the amenities at the sister property at Aria, but it is a very quiet place. And if you're someone who's there going on corporate business, working in the lobby is nice because it's not loud, it's cool, even with the bar that's there. All right, tip number four on this list, I have My Vegas. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of you are familiar with My Vegas. A lot of people may utilize My Vegas, but some people may either not use it or may not know to the fullest extent of just how helpful My Vegas is. Because number one, everybody loves free stuff. Like, don't you like free stuff? Because I know I like free stuff. So why not utilize what's free? You legitimately, from the comfort of your home, while you watching Netflix or you scrolling through Hulu or looking at Instagram reels, you have another device and you can earn you a free room in a matter of a week. Now, me and my guy Ace of Vegas a couple years ago, we did a whole My Vegas tutorial where we broke everything down on how you can use My Vegas, all the stuff you can get. I personally always utilize the lobby bar drink at Aria because I love going to Aria, and who can't beat a free drink just for, you know, running some points through an app. But I also like using a match play at Park MGM that you can get through MGM Slots Live because I play blackjack anyway, so why not take a free hand if they're gonna give it to you so you can get a 2-for-1 special. All right, tip number five is sign up for the email list at the hotels. Now, I myself, I hate getting emails unless it's about business or someone messaging me like personally that I know. I don't like spam, and I'm pretty sure y'all don't like spam neither. But the one exception I will take to getting emails that I'll keep my eye on is from the hotels, because if you're a member of a particular program but you want to stay at another property and you might not have a lot of points, the hotels are very, very good at sending out emails periodically throughout the year for some type of special deal. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Fontainebleau has been one of those hotels that have been sending out great great offers through emails. So if there's a property, or if you're just looking for great deals that you might want to find in Vegas that you just can't find on your own, the email list is absolutely free. You don't got to go nowhere, but just log on your computer or the same device you're watching me on right now. Unless it's a TV, then you can't do it from there. But yeah, just sign up for the email list and get those offers. Just check them out periodically, especially if you're planning your trip later on throughout the year. They love sending promos out for months in advance. Okay, tip number 6 is the tier multiplier, and this is more so catered towards Caesars. Now, I've been talking about Caesars and these multipliers for about a year now, but I truly want y'all to hear me when I tell y'all it is such a cheat code using these multipliers to level up and then have your resort fees waived. Like, I'm not gonna go into a whole spiel about it, but I said my goal this year is to try to get more people to at least hit these multipliers and get to diamond status on Caesars. Someone gotta pay resort fees, because let me tell y'all, I run this channel, I do room tours. I don't like paying resort fees, and one way I don't pay resort fees is stay at Caesar property, but I jump all over these multipliers. And so I'm gonna make it a point to try to post throughout the year when these multipliers are going on, but this isn't even specifically Vegas related. If you live in an area or in a state where you have Caesars property, you should also keep a lookout for your offers, because they run the multipliers throughout the year. So that's a great way for you to level up your tier credits and then come to Vegas and not have to pay no resort fees. It doesn't matter who you are or where you are. All you have to do is just have a Caesars account. If you don't have one, you can sign up online and print a card and then just go to the kiosk and activate the multiplier. But they have multipliers going on throughout the year. And if you're going to be in Vegas a few times a year and you can hit these multipliers, that is definitely going to be a way for you to be able to get to the diamond status so you don't have to pay resort fees, especially if you catch that 10-time multiplier. Because if you play enough, you'll stay enough and not have to pay those resort fees. All right, tip number 7 on the list, I have Groupon. When the last time you've been on Groupon? When the last time you went to Groupon.com and just typed in Vegas to see what they had out there? Now, a number of y'all like to do activities. Y'all looking for discounts or hookups and stuff that you can get great prices on, especially if you like activities or if you want to take your significant other and do something nice. Groupon always got some type of discount going on in Vegas, and I'm pretty sure y'all ain't checked Groupon out in a long time. So that's a gem that I feel like a lot of people still sleep on in 2025 because it's not talked about as much, but they still got those deals going on. All right, tip number 8 is going to be charge things to your room no matter where you're staying. Like, if you gamble, which I'm pretty sure most of y'all do, everybody should have a player's card. If you're going to Vegas multiple times and you don't have a player's card at a property you're staying at, even if you're staying there one time, get a player's card and put that card on file for your stay. And charge everything to your room. But especially on the Caesars and MGM side, you can be at a different property and still do room charges. The reason I recommend doing this, and the reason this is a great tip, is because these add to your rewards credits and your tier credits. So it'll go to your tier credit status to help you boost up your status, but you'll also get rewards credits, which you can then go back and use when you want to buy stuff. So if you're going to a bar at a different property, like let's say you're staying at Planet Hollywood, but you want to go to Paris or Horseshoe or Flamingo, you can go to the bar, or you can go to certain restaurants in there and charge it to your room at Planet Hollywood. If you got a card on file that you will be using anyway, it don't make sense to double spend. You got to have your room total and you got incidentals. Just charge it to your room anyway, because if you got a $250 incidental and you end up charging $200 to your card, that's just going to come out of your incidentals anyway. So that way you're avoiding spending $450, which is $200, drinking around and eating around on top of your incidentals. You can just combine them both into one. So not only will it help go toward your tier status and add reward credits, it'll also save you money if you're going to be using the same card that's at check-in anyway. All right, tip number 9 is for those who are looking to go to Vegas for the perfect weather. Now, obviously, Vegas gets scorching hot during the summer, so a lot of people might not even want to be in Vegas if they hate the heat, even though there's so much going on during the summer. But for those of y'all who are just like, I want to go to Vegas when the weather is perfect, your times that you're going to want to plan a trip is going to be mid-March through April. That's when you're going to get that nice spring weather. The pools is kicking in. You got spring break going on. You know, March Madness is going on in March. And in April, the weather just picks up to be perfect. So mid-March through April is when you're going to get that perfect spring weather. Once you start flirting into May, that's when it started getting hot and that weather started getting a little uncomfortable for certain people. And then in October through November, once you get to about the first to second week of October through November, that's when that fall weather kicks in and it gets much more comfortable around the same balance that you get around that spring weather. So if you're looking for perfect weather in Vegas for the times of the year it'll be, you're going to go through mid-March and April for your spring weather, and then you want to go October through November for that fall weather. All right, tip number 10 on the list, I have Saturday to Tuesday trips. Now, most people go to Vegas Thursday through Sunday, Friday through Sunday, Friday through Monday. Between Thursday and Monday is when most people want to go to Vegas. Now, there's always something going on Saturday. The most expensive room rate is typically on Fridays versus Saturdays for the most part from what I've gauged through the years. But if you go to Vegas on Saturday and you stay through Tuesday, you can do everything on Saturday. There's always stuff going on Saturday and Sunday. And then Monday, you'll have things going on as well, as people are mostly leaving on Monday. So if you wanted to have like a calm, chill final day, Monday would be perfect for that versus on Sunday. And then if you leave on Tuesday, the airport's going to be much better to leave versus leaving on a Monday anyway. As far as room rates go, you only have that Saturday rate to worry about. And for those of y'all who know the My Vegas hat, you might be able to get Sunday and Monday for free. So you're only paying for one night. All right, tip number 11. This is for my table games players. If you're going to play table games, play for at least an hour. Now, I talked to someone who was this is kind of some insider information that I've been telling y'all for the longest time. I have no idea how they calculate tier credits for table game rates. We know slots is like a certain amount of dollars per tier credit. Same thing for video poker. I think slots is $5 for one tier credit. Table or video poker is $10 for a tier credit, but we have no idea what the conversion rate is for table games. What I have got from the inside is basically you want to play table games for at least an hour. Now, it's still going to be based on your rate of play. Your length of play and the amount that you wager. But there's no specific number of tier credits. But they did say if you play for at least an hour, you will get peak tier credits in hour increments. So if you're playing blackjack, or if you're going to be playing craps, or if you're going to play roulette, you want to play for at least an hour. And really, you just need to be at the table and have it active for an hour. Because if you play blackjack, the dealer got to sit there and shuffle and do all of that. That still keeps your clock rolling too. So that's another insider hack that y'all heard from me. All right, tip number 12 is status match. Now, I know a number of y'all have probably seen talks about doing status matches online, but I'm telling you, you want a status match. If you don't play at a particular property, but you're high status at another property, go to the other properties anyway and status match. Depending on what your tier status is at a particular property, I know, for example, like if you're gold or if you're diamond plus on the Caesar side, gold with MGM, diamond plus on the Caesar side. You can basically go to any of the other properties and they will match you to their program to where you will have at least like the $100 dining credit or at least your no resort fees. So even if you're not going to be staying at that property that often, utilize the benefits anyway, because why not go to another property and status match? And if they're going to give you a free dining credit because of your status so that they can incentivize you to stay there, why would you turn that down? We just said earlier in the video, we like free. So go status match, get your perks at these other properties. And then even if you don't utilize them on that specific trip that you go, you still have them to utilize on your next trip. All right, number 13 on this list. Now, this is a gem. I've talked about this place all the time too, but y'all got to put this in y'all pocket for y'all trips in Vegas. Tip number 13 is Fuel Bar. Right there outside of Horseshoe, right in front of Wahlburgers. I made the reel. It's gone crazy on TikTok and Instagram. 2-for-1 specials all day, every day. Again, who don't like free? If you go get a drink at a bar in Vegas, it's going to cost you $15, $16. Any of the strips on any of the bars at the hotels on the strip, you're gonna be starting at $15, $16. You go to Fuel Bar. I'm a Crown and Ginger Ale. I love my Crown. That's my wifey. So being able to go there and get 2-for-1 specials, and then obviously the only kicker is it's got to be the same drink that you order. But I don't think nobody's gonna complain about having 2 of the same drink for the price of 1. I mean, they have a variety of different drinks there, but it's an all-day special. It's tucked in the corner, so you're not even going to see it from the strip. You actually have to walk back in front of Wahlburgers just to see it. You've got Dirt Dog right next to it and Wahlburgers, so when you're drinking, if you want some food, you can go right there and get some food. But I would definitely say make sure y'all put Fuel Bar on your list. It is a super hidden gem. It is a super hidden gem. They do not play about the drinks. They are super strong and the staff is always cool. Now, talking about Fuel Bar, just right around the corner is tip number 14 is Old Red. Now, Old Red, the country music playground, a lot of people have gone there. I told y'all I did a video. You can go check the video out. But the gym for Old Red is the 3rd and 4th floor. They have the rooftop bar that I'm pretty sure everyone's seen the views of. You don't have to wait in line. You have to be 21 and older to be on the 3rd level. You can literally just give them your ID, walk right inside. Like typically there's a line, and that line is for people who are waiting to dine in. So if you want to go to Old Red, they have live music upstairs on the patio. They also have the live band there as well. You don't have to wait in line. Only time you got to wait in line is just for them to check your ID. But if you're not eating and you just want to go on the Old Red and you want to get some drinks and have a good time, enjoy those rooftop vibes, just walk right in and go up to the 3rd level. But the best views and the vibes is on the 4th top level, the rooftop level. You don't got to pay. It's free. You don't got to wait. walk in and go turn up with the views. All right, tip number 15 on this list. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to y'all. I've been trying to gatekeep this so long, so I'm gonna keep this real short. Gym number 15 is Latin nights at Chayo. Now, for all my people who like Latin music or who want to strip and want to go out to Latin nights, I'm gonna just keep this short and brief and just move on. If you go to Chayo, which is on the Link Promenade, it's connected to the Link Hotel. It's the Mexican restaurant. They closed the restaurant down and open it for Latin night on Fridays and Saturday nights from 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. It's free of admission. You don't need a guest list. You literally can just go. I went in there. I had a jersey on, but I had a hoodie on over top. There's no dress code. It's a casual dress code, but they said they don't do jerseys. But it's Latin night every week, Friday and Saturday nights. It's a vibe too. It's a great time. Drinks is regular price. So if y'all like Latin nights, if you like some Latinas, you like that Spanish music, Chayo Latin nights Friday and Saturdays is definitely a gym that y'all should take advantage of. Tip number 16 on the list, we're gonna go downtown. This is gonna be some downtown free play and match play. Now, if you're gonna be downtown, you don't even have to be staying there. You just need to go ahead and get a rewards card at the D Hotel. If you're flying Southwest or Spirit, just show them your boarding pass. They say to do it within 24 hours. I might have gone over 24 hours one time, but y'all didn't hear that from me. They say do it within 24 hours. Just show them your boarding pass or give them the confirmation. If you don't have the boarding pass, just pull up your confirmation number, and they'll give you $50 in match play. Now, El Cortez, I believe they told me they do this once a year, but you can go show them your boarding pass. They'll give you match play on the table games, but they'll also give you free slot play, and depending on the airline, varies on how much they give you. And I believe at Golden Gate, if you show them your boarding pass with Allegiant, they will give you match play as well. But definitely take care of that free match play and the free play downtown on Fremont. All right, tip number 17. Now, this is something I normally do in my consultation, so I'm not going to go too deep into this, but this is a little gem and a little hack, a little secret hack that I found over the years. And this is for flights. I always recommend booking your flights 2 months in advance if you're going to Vegas, because you'll typically get the best rates at least 2 months or longer in advance. The closer it gets, flights is one of the things that I don't play around with, because the closer it gets, they do shoot those prices up. But a little insider hack I'm going to give y'all for flights is, number one, check Google Flights. Like, if you're not with a dedicated program like Southwest Rewards or with Delta or any of those regular mile programs, use Google Flights. Google Flights will show you the cheapest flights all of the time. Check Google Flights. Play around with the different dates that you're thinking about going, unless you have specific dates. Now, if you want to keep up to date on rates, do it in incognito. So if you use a browser to look at Google Flights and then you want to check it again, pull up incognito browser, because that'll clear all of the cache and the history. It'll be a fresh search, and check Google Flights in incognito just to keep an eye on those particular flights. Not only you want to do it incognito, you want to look Monday through Wednesdays. You can do it some Sunday nights, but Mondays through Wednesdays is when I've noticed are the cheapest times to fly or to find flights. And after 7 p.m., it doesn't matter your time. All right, tip number 18 is check your hotel rates 3 days before check-in. Now, as I just talked about flights, get those out the way. Flights is nothing to play with. But hotel rates, see, I tell people I'll play chicken. I will book a room and I'll keep checking rates up until my trip, literally 72 hours. I've even gone as far as 48 hours prior to check-in. Because the one thing that will happen is if you get close to your trip and they still have a lot of rooms available, it might have been expensive when you booked, but at the last minute, they want to sell those rates, so they will drop prices immediately, especially if it's not a big event going on. So I say 3 hours, but I would even say, 3 hours. I said 3 days, but I would push the envelope to 48 hours. So if you're going to Vegas and you book directly through the hotels, you have up until, some say 48 hours. I've seen 72, but most of them say 48 hours or 2 days before your check-in to check rates. Check your rates literally, even if you've already booked, up until that 48-hour mark. All right, tip number 19. This is for my gamblers. Visit the casino host before you check out, especially if you've lost some money. Now, I did do some research and I had to do some inquiring to get this information. If you've been gambling throughout your trip and you're on the losing side, if you lost a lot of money, before you check out, go visit a casino host desk and ask them, hey, can you check my play, or look how much my play has been over the course of the stay, because I've lost a lot of money and I wanted to see if there's any comps that y'all have available. If you lost a lot of money, whether they comp stuff you've charged to your room, because remember earlier in the video I told you, charge stuff to your room. So whether it's stuff you've charged to your room or if it's a nightly rate, like if you've lost a lot of money, majority of the time they will find something to comp because of you gambling and playing at the property. So that's an insider tip that I want to give y'all, is to make sure you check the casino host before you check out and let them review your play, because it might be an all bad trip in some regards, but if you lost some money and they can comp something and take that off your final bill, that'll make things better. All right, tip number 20. This is a secret time of the year that is a secret holiday that people don't talk about. It's a super gem if you're looking for a great time. NBA Summer League. I'm not going into a whole bunch of details because I really didn't even want to talk about this, to be honest. After 4th of July weekend, which a lot of people will be in Vegas for because people love to be out there for the 4th of July. For the next 2 weeks after that, you got the NBA Summer League. Vegas is a time to be alive during the Summer League. Of course, you're going to see stars out there. It's a whole lot of events going on that a lot of people don't have to hype up about. So I'm going to just say that if you're looking for a secret gem over the summer, for a time to go to Vegas, have a good time. NBA Summer League is a 2-week span. I make sure you plan a trip to Vegas if you're looking for a summer gym. All right, tip 21. This is for my smokers. I got to be real cautious how I say this because I don't want this video to get flagged for nothing crazy. But for my cannabis smokers, or for my people who like to consume in that greenery, a gym is Smoke and Mirrors. They've got the cannabis lounges. I've done a video on Smoke and Mirrors, which is directly behind Resorts World, so it's not that far from the strip. It's such a cool vibe. You don't have to worry about if you can smoke. You don't have to worry about putting your towels under the door, blasting the heat. You don't got to worry about the smell of the ventilation coming through the hotel. You can literally just enjoy the 420 in peace and vibes with no worries and concerns. It is such a great time. I've been there with multiple people. I'm telling y'all, it is a gym for sure. Definitely go to Smoke and Mirrors. I still recommend them as a gym to go and smoke and enjoy the vibes. Okay, tip number 22. This is going to be for the gaming servers. If you're playing slots or if you're playing at the table games, tip the gaming servers initially $2 to $3 your first tip. Watch how fast they come back around. Now, I know sometimes, especially for those of y'all who play the slots, because I've sat around and watched people playing slots, it can take a while for them servers to come around. Table games are typically faster because you can get a pit boss to send them over there. But I always recommend tipping them $2 to $3. And if you've noticed, I've talked about tipping the front desk people. I told y'all tip valet. Tipping goes a long way in Vegas, but especially with the gaming servers, because it can take forever for them to come around. I'm sure y'all have had that experience where the hell is my drink at? So you know how you can speed that process up? When they come around, tip them $2, $3 the first tip. They're gonna remember that because they work off tips along with their hourly wage. But tips is where that money come in. So they gonna be like, if they know you tip them $2, $3, they gonna come back around because they want you to tip them again. And a bonus tip on top of that is for those of y'all who just really want to drink and get turned up, you can actually order shots. If you don't want to get a mixed drink and you just want a shot of something, or if you want it on the rocks, or if you want it just straight up, they'll bring it to you. It's free. If you're gambling, your drinks is free. And if you want to take it to the next level, you can order a double. Did y'all know y'all can order doubles? Absolutely. Number 23 on the list, this is a hidden gem. This is the hookah lounges. Now, I've done a video on some of the hookah lounges, but I tell y'all all the time, the hookah lounges are a gem. For people who want to go out and have a good time, you don't got to get dressed up. You don't even got to smoke hookah. You can go get a drink. You can go get some food. They got food and drinks at the hookah lounges. But the vibes at the hookah lounges are a cheat code because you can literally go out and feel like you at a club, but you don't got to deal with the crowds of the club. You don't even have to make reservations. I mean, it is good to make a reservation if you want to go at a specific time, especially if you have a big group too, but it's not required. And the staff at all of them are cool, but Luna is the one. Everyone would be like, what's the best hookah lounge? I'm not saying Luna's the best hookah lounge, but on the strip, near the strip area, and you want to party and vibe, Luna for sure. But the staff is great, man. It's a great time there, and any and everybody can go, and it's going to be a great time. It's a variety mix of music, because it don't matter how old you are, you can go there, and I can assure you, you're going to have a good time. So don't sleep on them hookah lounges in 25, trust me. All right, tip number 24, hey, hydrate. Listen, man, as a guy suffering from OMS, that old man syndrome, and I'm telling y'all, I will still go out here. I'll drink with y'all. I'll hang out with y'all. We'll have a good time. I still drink when I'm with my people. Y'all know I take my shots in the stream. You got to hydrate. I'm telling y'all, it will make your experience better. Now, I've been promoting Liquid IV for the longest time, and I still stand by Liquid IV. I've more so moved to sugar-free stuff, but I've really more so transferred over to the salt hydration. Relight is where I've been using more of my electrolytes to boost for my hydration. But look, all the drinking y'all gonna do in Vegas, I just told y'all about the doubles at the slot machines and at the table games. Y'all got to hydrate. It will make you feel better the next day so you can keep on going. I got the Amazon storefront. Y'all can get the liquid IV, sugar-free or regular, but Relight is my go-to. I like the lemon lime Relight. They got various flavors. Put it in your water. You know you're supposed to go to your room and stock up the room anyway. You got to get those gallon bottles. Go ahead, throw some of that electrolyte mixer in there. Drink a cup and a half before you go, and drink a cup and a half before you go to sleep. All right, tip number 25, the 25th tip for 2025. Planet Hollywood. This is a gym, man. I've been telling y'all about Planet Hollywood for so long. I stand by that. Planet Hollywood is a gym. I still say in 2025, it's the most underrated hotel on the Las Vegas Strip. But I'm not going to do too much explaining why in this video, because a whole video on Planet Hollywood being underrated is coming up very soon. So I will go full into details as to why it is such a gym, even though I've talked so much about it anyway. So that's my 25 insider tips, secret hacks, and gems for 2025. Comment below, share y'all thoughts. What did y'all think about this list? Do y'all think I left something out? Was there a gem or a hack on here that you didn't know that you think is very, very helpful for you? Share y'all feedback and let me know. But that's going to do it for this video. If you all enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll holler at y'all in the next video.
It's Jigsaw.
Come my way.
Wow, Eli.
Tell me as you riding, tell me as you vibing, tell me where you slide on the low. I can be a diamond, the one that you can find in, give you time and a little more. And baby girl, won't you come my way? Hop up in that plane, maybe we could spend a day somewhere.